Nothing's ever going to be given to you. Everything's going to be earned. If you don't go out there and put in the work, you don't go out and put in the effort, one, you're not going to get the results. But two, and more importantly, you don't deserve it. You didn't earn it. One of the things that drove me was this passion to play the game of golf. I was never going to be denied to play. Train hard, fight easy.
Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my eyes until the roof.
The x-rays revealed that I got that dog in me.
When I think of Ashlynd Madden, the first word that comes to mind is consistency.
One of the most powerful forces in life is consistency. Being able to do something in repetition over and over and over again. That's how you start big movement.
Every golfer that comes to me for a lesson says, I want to be consistent. It's part of every desire for a golfer to be consistent in their ball striking, in the flight of the golf ball, in their score. Whatever it is, it's one of the number one things I hear of from golfers that want to improve their game. But I think very few understand what it truly takes to be consistent and to be consistent at the college level. The next thing I think of when I think of Ashlynd Madden is commitment. Ashlynd is committed to the process and the journey of golf improvement more than any other golf student I think that we've had at the academy. From the system that we use at Heal My Swing, which embodies not only your golf swing, video analysis, tweaks of the swing, getting your swing perfect, but the body is what swings the club. And if the body doesn't move right, the swing will never perform right. Heal My Swing has always used part of that as what we use to help our golfers that come to the academy take their game to the next level. Ashlynd is one of the first students to fully make it through and embody everything from swing analysis to golf fitness to KT taping to cupping. So there were things like that that we applied for Ashlynd all throughout her journey with us and to help her get to play college golf. And I feel like it's a difference maker for Ashlynd and what's helped her have the record-breaking college start that she did as a freshman at Mississippi College and helping take their program to new levels as she's entering her sophomore year there and the number one player from spring and probably this fall as well. Her willingness to take the steps necessary to take her game the extra mile goes with an AP honors student, academics, and being a top 10 student in her class, which is a heavy load for any student to bear. But she met with me twice a week at 5:30 in the morning to get in her golf fitness, which I don't think a lot of other high school students would do or sacrifice. And again, just one of the small difference makers. I always say that golf improvement is a bunch of little things that add up to a big difference. And I think Ashlynd really took each one of those little things that we applied for her game to improve to the highest level that we could. And yes, it may have taken a little bit longer than she expected, than I expected, than maybe her parents expected, but everybody accelerates at different levels and speeds. And so I knew as I was coaching her, eventually this girl's gonna get it. She's gonna break through. And it's really cool to see her do that in her first year of college, playing college golf, set the records that she set for her school. So yes, maybe I would have liked to see it back in within the first year of coaching her, but that's just not the way it works. I'm not in control. God is in control, and he's got a plan, and we just have to trust that. And I think Ashlynd does trust God and does trust the plan the entire time that I was coaching her, and she never gave up. She never quit. And that is, again, what it takes is trust. I think when you have trust from your athletes and can communicate with them, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, you can be truthful with them. You can really start to break through different levels of success. And that is essentially part of another difference maker for Ashlynd is throughout the entire time, she never really doubted me on anything that we did from the fitness standpoint. Yes, some of the workouts probably were strenuous, stressful, challenging, but she knew it was for her good, and she knew it was going to continue to make her game better. And so she was willing to do it, and she always did it with 110%. And I think that's one of the difference makers, again, that creates a really good player, a high-level performance elite player such as Ashlynd Madden. Another thing that we did that helped Ashlynd's game was stat tracking. And that can be, from a player that's in their teens, a lot. It was a lot, but I know she could handle it the entire time. And as we got into it, after a couple scorecards, she really found it beneficial and understood why we were working on it and enjoyed the details that it provided her to help her in her future practice sessions to do. So I'm not talking about basic stats of fairways hit, green hit, and putts. I'm talking about fairways missed, left or right, long, short, second shots, left, right, long, short, with the distance, and then the club select. And then did you hit it in the bunker? Did you get that ball up and down? Did you not hit the green? Did you get up and down? And what was that yardage? So I was never guessing. I was always measuring to help her improve. And that was one of the things that helped move the needle. And then walking off your putts. So Ashlynd walked off all her putts her junior and her senior year, and still walks off her putts to this day, and was very helpful for us to helping her putting stat, which was in the mid 30s, higher 30s, and lowered it down into the very low 30s every now and then, high 20s on her good rounds. So again, incrementally recognizing what moves the needle for the player and being able to dissect round based off of, this is what I hit, this is where I'm not hitting the green from 100 yards to 125. In the next lesson with Ashlynd, that was very easy for me to say, hey, your stats show that you're not hitting the greens from this distance. We need to work on this club. And then your flight trajectories into greens with this, so that you don't only have one option, you've got two or maybe even three options. Again, one of those things that makes a basic player, average player, good player, right, to elite, high-level player.
I'm trying to armor their mind. I'm trying to get them the belief, because this world we live in is tough. It will beat you down. The world and the life that we live in is the ultimate competitor.
I would say another thing that helped Ashlynd was, at a certain point, she got fit for clubs, and I recognized that the clubs just seemed a little long. So spoke with her parents about it, and once we measured the clubs compared to other clubs, Ashlynd is 5'2". Well, she was playing almost men's standard length irons, and she was hooking the ball. Well, I had a strong feeling that that was due to the length of the club, and it was. And so when we adjusted her clubs, it immediately helped her performance. And so little things like that helped move the needle for her game improvement. Later on in her senior year, I did an additional club fitting because it was just time to get her a better club. Her game had improved. So we tried everything: Titleist, TaylorMade, Mizuno, Callaway, and ended up coming out with what she hit best was a Mizuno club. And we went with 3 different head types in that Mizuno club, and it's been a great fit for her. So that's been a small little thing that's, again, made a big difference for her golf game. The parents have to get on board with you, and her mom and dad trusted me the entire process. I laid it out for them before I even started working with Ashlynd, what it's going to take and what it's going to entail. And so I wanted them to know up front and be transparent. Hey, I've got a pretty good formula that works that will help your daughter get to her goal of playing college golf, but I just need your trust with me in this process, and wanted to make sure I had that before I started working with her. Ashlynd's about 5'2" in height, and so she's not very tall, but I call her Mighty Mouse because she might be small, but she packs a big punch.
Here he comes, that mighty mouse, coming to vanquish the foe with a mighty blow.
And I knew that she could be a threat and hit the ball far, and just as far, if not further, than most of the girls she would go up against if I could get her stronger, if I could get her a little bit faster, and she would do some of the speed training and some of the strength training that would create a better coil for her golf swing. And really, she started off carrying the ball about 185 to 195. And I think when we did her fitting for her Titleist driver, she was carrying it anywhere from 235 to 240. So a very big increase from her onboarding in 2021 to college golf in 2025, and probably still maintaining most of that distance. Most people are happy with a 10 to 15 yard gain. She did the speed training and golf fitness and reached a 40 to 45 yard gain, which is just insane. So all in all, I'm really looking forward to Ashlynd's upcoming season and watching her continue her progress and growth as her instructor and coach. What's really cool also is that when you spend as much time as I've been able to with Ashlynd, that they're implementing the things that you've taught them over the years. And even if you don't talk to them daily, weekly, monthly, that just like a best friend from high school, you can just pick up where you left off, and that they're utilizing the things that you've taught them, applying them to their game. And I say to the kids all the time, golf is remembered feelings. And so having gone through all different shot scenarios with her, after we looked at those decade scorecards and then dissected them, that she's still out there doing that today in her college golf career. And I know, again, the future is very bright for her, and have zero doubts that gonna still continue to improve. And that's just what's really cool. So Ashlynd, wishing you the best this year as you go into your college golf season, and I know you're going to do well. Good luck.
You been through it all. You're back on the wall. You thought you would fall. Nobody to call. You took you a loss. You fought and you fall. You deep in your thoughts. Like, God, can we talk? You been through it all. You're back on the wall. You thought you would fall. Nobody to call. You took you a loss. You fought and you fall. You deep in your thoughts. Like God, can we talk? All of my thoughts right now, can't sleep, can't eat, can't think, can't breathe. I'm in a drought right now, like God, come save me, help me please. Can't even walk right now, can't stand up, had to fall on my knees. I lost sight of my vision, feel like I'm in prison. Lord, come set me free. I'm weak, SWV. I need your loving on me. God, please, can you make them flee? I think the devil on me. You got my attention, I'm listening, God. I just need you to speak. My foot on the gas and I'm finna drive. I'ma do it with speed. You've been through it all. You're back on the wall. You thought you would fall. Nobody to call. You took you a loss. You fought and you fall. You deep in your thoughts. Like God, can we talk? You've been through it all. You're back on the wall. You thought you would fall. Nobody to call. You took you a loss. You fought and you fall. You deep in your thoughts. Like God, can